dope like pussy, nigga. 09 and ecstasy, nigga. Fuck with me, dog. Pull up on the scene of some luxury, dog. That's me. And my Kobe, yeah. 24 and my clothes is rare. Iceberg, fuck the diamond, yeah. And that lake shit like Xavier. This that Juan Carlos and Javier. Raw coat, straight off the boat. I'm a fly nigga, took a wing off. Married to the game, took my ring off. That's me. We can have a bling off. Throw the auto-tune on, have a sing off. If the pussy ain't mine and I speed off. Cause I don't even fuck with hoes, rather beat off. No lotion, tips got the potion. Fuck the commotion, I'm out in the ocean. A nigga in motion, all this devotion. Got a nigga up in this bitch like he floating. Gold grill shining, check out my limb.
It's Monday, so that means three things. One, I'm not EMCM. Two, it's a Mamba Monday. And three, it's time for the 24 podcast. How are you guys doing? I am your host, the product of poverty's environment, the Pope Chuck Paul. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend, because I know I enjoyed mine. NBA playoff basketball is back. Whew. The play-in games were pretty dope. Warriors got spanked and got up out of there. Lakers beat them. Grizzlies beat them. Spurs got up out of there. 2 consecutive years. Pop and make the playoffs. The Charlotte Hornets didn't make it. Nice try, great season. Hopefully LaMelo gets that Rookie of the Year. The Wizards made it to the playoffs. Celtics made it to the playoffs. So yeah, let's get right to it. We're also going to talk about my man Kwame Brown and his mama's cooking later on in the show. So yeah, playoffs started yesterday. Well, started Saturday, to be honest with you. Sorry, recording this a day early. And seen some pretty good games. The Celtics lost to the Nets. That was a pretty close game near the end. The Heat lost to the Bucks as expected. That game was still too close for my blood as well. And the Mavs upset the Clippers. Now, I know it's only game one, but the Clippers have a history of clipping. Meaning, they reach a ceiling, and that's it. It gets clipped. That's all they're going to do. Clippers going to clip. I'm sorry, Clipper Darryl. That's the way it is. Trailblazers, they upset the Nuggets. Melo came back into the house that he built, dropped 18, bust their ass. Now, a lot of people saying that Jokic deserves MVP. I don't, to be honest with you. His team was plummeting damn near the whole year. And then Murray went down, and Porter Jr. stepped up. It's not like Jokic was doing on his own. Yes, his numbers is great, but a lot of these guys put up these numbers and their teams still lose. So he could be MVP, but will the Denver Nuggets get out the first round? That's the question. Now, me personally, I think, my Nigerian scamming cousin, Joel Embiid, should get MVP because he's been holding it down since the beginning of the season. They were the number 1-2 seed damn near the whole season. They're the number 1 seed right now in the East. He has my vote for MVP if I could make a vote. And they took care of the Wizards. They won by 7. Controversial call near the end where Westbrook apparently looked like his heel was out of bounds, but his foot was up. Personally, I think the Wizards would have lost anyway. Fuck it. Whatever. That's just me. Lakers lost to the Suns by 9. They were up and down in that game. They had tied it at one point, went up by 2 or 3 points. Then the Suns came back away, up by 10, 15, 17. Eventually lost by 9. CP3 went down early in the game, but he came back. And I actually was talking to my people about it, like, yo, let's make a bet. What game and what quarter CP3 will get injured, because it never fails. Like, even when you see him walking into the arena, he has that old man bop limp, like he just forever fucking hurting. Like, Jesus, damn CP3. And the Hawks beat my Knicks as well. Jesus Christ, that bald bitch. Trae Young, man. Woo, hit a dagger 3-pointer. Then asked the crowd. So I told the crowd, it's real fucking quiet in here now. They were screaming, F you, Trae, F you, Trae. All you have to freaking like, yo, it's the guard. Like, yo, don't get us started now. Now you talking shit. Now my man Randall with the handle. Gotta lay the smack now. He gotta tap that ass. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. Grizzlies beat the Jazz last night. I guess if you want to call that an upset. They did not have Donovan Mitchell, their superstar guard, but they had Mike Conley, which is not the same. And they also shot terrible from three-pointer, and they're one of the best, if not the best, three-point shooting team in the league. So, we'll see what happens. There's some more games on tonight. Who is playing tonight? Oh, we got game 2, the Heat and the Bucks and the Blazers at the Nuggets. Both on TNT starting at 7:35. So that's going to be a goodie. That's going to be a goodie. But man, can we talk about some mama's cooking? Can we talk about how some people don't want to see your mama's cooking? They done angered the sleeping giant, Kwame Brown. Look, if anybody who knows Kwame's game, it's me being a Lakers fan, watching him play on the Lakers for a couple of years at center. And you know, Stephen A had this famous rant about him being terrible, little hands, bad footwork, whatever. This, that, and the fourth. So on the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, they had Gilbert Arenas there, and he was a former Washington Wizard. I didn't watch this episode. A lot of episodes I don't watch where there's guests who are like close friends with Kobe, because I know they're gonna tell Kobe stories. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I be getting real emotional. It be feeling like somebody cutting motherfucking onions in the room. You know what I'm saying? Or some of my armpits just stink and I be wanting to cry and shit. So I ain't watch it. So there were, I guess, a scene where they had mentioned Kwame Brown, and pretty much Arenas was saying by the time he got there, whatever, like he was already checked out, whatever, he just wasn't into whatever. And then he was getting a lot of garbage time and this, that, and the fourth, which a lot of players who aren't that great or good get garbage time minutes. It's the nature of the game. You know what I'm saying? So Kwame Brown didn't like anything that Gilbert Arenas was saying. He didn't like anything that Matt Barnes was saying, Steven Jackson was saying. So he started a YouTube page called Kwame Brown Bust Life. Has over 100,000 subscribers now. Shit, I could barely get 200 subscribers because you motherfuckers don't subscribe to shit. That's a whole nother story. And he just been doing these long rants for like 30, like from 10 minutes, like an hour, just talking shit about everyone who's ever said anything negative about him. He went on Stephen A. Smith, called him Stephen A. bitch, talked about his forehead. He talked about Skip Bayless looking like he's motherfucking dead in the face. He talked about Steven Jackson getting his teeth knocked out in Indiana and trying to be a thug, this, that, and the fourth. He called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair and told him that that his baby mother chose. You don't know what chose mean? That's mean when your lady leaves you and chooses somebody else. She chose Derek Fisher. Jesus Christ. I think yesterday he was talking about Roy Hibbert. He called him Roy Hobart. He went in on Jason Whitlock. He went in on the other Parker dude that's on Fox Sports. Like, Jesus Christ. And his argument is, I'm not a bust because I was in the league for 12 years. I'm sorry, Kwame Brown, and all you casuals who are trying to change what the word means in sports. When you are a number one pick or a top pick and you have these expectations that are high and you don't meet them and they're down here, you're a bust. Plain and simple. You're the bust. People saying like, and the thing is, I hate when people just reiterate what other people say when they've never watched or have any background or history of the subject at hand. Like, well, he was mama house at 18. He's not a bust. He's still a bust. He was mother house at 18. These are the same people that talk shit about Bow Wow. And I'm always said this, like, When Bow Wow was 10, he was making albums and making money. Like, he bought his mom a house when he was like 10. Y'all still talk shit about him? People like to pick and choose who they root for. Oh, and he also went in on Charlemagne. He brought up his old rape case and how he didn't beat the case, just pleaded to a lesser charge, blah, 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 blah. Whew. He said he receives stop and desist letters about mentioning the case or whatever, because Charlemagne was claiming that he went to school with his sister and that bringing up all these things about his family's criminal history, this, that, and the fourth, which has nothing to do with him. I mean, it's all on the internet, you can find it out, but no one was thinking about that. So he decided to bring up some of Charlemagne's old things, and you know, it's really out there. It's really making its way around town. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but back to the whole definition of a bust. That is the definition of a bust. A number one pick and living up to expectations. Anthony Bennett, bust. And he also brought up how no one talks about Adam Morrison being a bust. People do bring it up. He was the 3rd overall pick. He was like the best player in the country at the time. Drafted to Charlotte. I think he averaged like 11 to 13 points that season. But his field goal percentage was really low, like in the 30s. Then the next year, he tore his ACL. He couldn't really come back. Lakers signed him. It seemed like Jordan always sending his players to LA, because he sent Kwame to LA too. He played for LA for 2 years. He rode the bench, won 2 rings. He went overseas a couple times, didn't work out. Came back to the NBA, I forgot who he signed with, but he was released a week later. He's a bust. It ain't like people bring up Kwame Brown every day. Once in the blue, when you hear about the Lakers and bigs, whatever, hell, I like Kwame Brown. Little half spin, jump baby hook, went in every here and there. I watched him play before. Like, you understand, like I like all Laker players who come through the door. Even the other bigs like Chris Smith, Brian Cook, I watch all these motherfuckers. Some of y'all never watched him play a day in your life. I was listening to him talk about how he used to, they used to make him practice 2 hours before the game, then get no playing time. Dude, you're upset because they wanted you to get better? Practice 2 hours before the game? Yeah, guys like Charles Oakley trying to bully me this in the fourth. First of all, look, that's what Oakley does. I'm sorry, bro. There's a video of him having Pippen in the headlock. There's a video of Tracy McGrady talking about how he loved Oakley being his OG, but Oakley just was like a big kid playing too much, always trying to put people in the headlock, even in the club. I don't feel sorry for nobody that's made millions of dollars just to play basketball. But it is what it is. Think about it. You and I, we are the same people. When someone makes a lot of money at a job that they're supposed to be good at and they fucking suck, we are upset about, like, yo, why are they getting paid X amount of money to do this job when they're not that good at it? It's the same thing. Like, yo, people gotta understand, when people were talking about Kwame Brown's game, they're talking about his game, not his personal life. Think about it. There's a difference. Charlemagne went after his personal life. Other sports analysts, talking heads, they talk about your game. Now, if they talk about your personal life, that's totally different. And one thing Kwame Brown brought up, which is interesting to me, he was like, why everybody keeps talking about Deshaun Watson and not Chad Wheeler? He didn't say Chad Wheeler's name. I don't think he knew his name. But I've mentioned it on plenty of occasions why no one's talking about Chad Wheeler, how he beat that black woman up to death, pretty much. Damn near beat her to death. You know what I'm saying? Knocked her out unconscious and all that shit. But hey, man, what do I know? But yeah, man, bust life. Kwame's still a bust. Averaged like 5 points in 12 years. Just because you keep getting contracts doesn't mean you're still not a bust. You're still a bust. There's a lot of guys on NBA teams who are just paid to ride the bench because they're cool guys and they're cool locker room dudes. Not necessarily for their game. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, bros. Sorry, hoes. A bust is a bust. Even in football, it's the same thing. Johnny Manziel, bust. Some might say RG3's a bust. But he had a good rookie year, though. But injuries. Hell, Darko Milicic. They always talk about him whenever you bring up Detroit. There's certain teams that when they come up, people bring up their bad number one picks. When it comes to the Wizards, they will bring up Kwame Brown. Lakers even, like, some people may consider Lonzo Ball a bust. He didn't live up to the hype. Markelle Fultz, definitely a bust. I mean, he's getting paid, but it doesn't mean he wasn't a bust. They expect him to be up here. He's down here. So I don't know what to tell y'all motherfuckers who don't watch sports. But it is what it is. And hell, I remember him playing in the, Kwame Brown playing it in the Big Three. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, yo, when you think about it, I'm sure him and Stack played against each other. Like, I won't get into all the insults, but he definitely called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair. I think I mentioned it earlier. Talked about Stack being a blood and all this stuff. My goodness. Whew, enough of that. I hope you guys seen the season premiere of The Chi. What they did, which was interesting, they showed pretty much a lot of what happens at the end of the season. They showed what's-her-face giving birth to the baby. They showed Kevin catching his girl, Gemma, kissing Jake at some party. They showed Duda, I think that's his name, the mayor motherfucker, getting shot at the end. So some shit gonna go down. First episode, Jake and Kev go down to the other school for some basketball game. Jake get into an argument with some other dude. School safety, police come out, beat the shit out of Jake, put a gun to Kevin's face. Kev going through all this trauma now. No, I'm saying he's not talking to nobody. He's not talking to Gemma. Jake was cuffed to his bed. Duda comes in. He's the mayor now. Makes him take the cuffs off. Trig like, I want revenge. He's like, yo, I gotta do this by the book. I'm the mayor now. This, that, and the fourth. He's talking crazy shit to Duda. We'll see what happens. End of the episode. It looks like Trig and his partner find out the cop that did it. I think they kill him. We have to see next Sunday. Godfather of Harlem. Pretty dope episode. Pretty much back in the civil rights days, they was getting people, busing people from different areas to go and vote. There was some 3 people from Harlem, 1 black, 1 Jew, 1 white, was abducted when they went down to Mississippi. So they showed how pretty much Bumpy uses street justice to get those boys back working with the Italians. He sent down a dude who's been hanging out with Stella to go down there and find out, because, you know, he's Italian, he's white. He won't stick out like a sore thumb like if a black dude went out there looking for him. Found 2 officers who were also in the Klan, tied them up, burnt them up, got a confession. They found the dead bodies. I know I'm leaving shit out, but just watch the episode. But there is a rat within the Gigante family. Gotta find out for that one. Whew. We'll cover the NBA playoffs. Kwame Brown. 2 shows in less than a minute. Before I let go, it's just been announced. The verses that we didn't know we wanted. But I'm glad we're getting it. It's happening. Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy. Now, if you know me personally, you know I fucked with Soulja Boy. And Crank That was one of my favorite motherfucking songs in college. To this day, I don't care, it still is. And I love Marco Polo with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. And what we gonna do when Let Me Hold You Down comes on? Jeez. That's gonna be a good one. I can't wait for that shit. I can't wait for that shit. But y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week, and be safe out here. It's getting real fucking hot outside. Like I always say, like, share, subscribe, and comment, goddammit. I am the Pole Chuck Paul. Peace out.